Hello all, and welcome to an autumn beer review. It's been a couple months since I recorded my last one. I haven't even posted all the ones I recorded during the summer. So, you know. Anyways, got a job as a security guard. Doesn't pay anywhere near enough for me to buy beer or cigars anymore, so, I'm just going to kind of do these as I run into a chance to get new beer. And beer I'll be reviewing tonight is Sam Adams Pumpkin Batch. Now this is not their usual harvest pumpkin. It's this year's seasonal. So this is a 5.6 ABV beer, and let's read the label, shall we? New England fields are full of pumpkins this time of year. Our golden, hazy Saison bursts with the rich flavor of pumpkins and classic fall spices, revealing an earthy, floral, and spicy spirit. Cheers. So basically, it's your typical pumpkin ale brewed with gourd and pumpkin pie kind of spices. Using Belgian Saison yeast, which is a very interesting take. Now, one thing you'll want to do before you drink this is do not drink this straight out of the refrigerator. When it's cold, it has all the nuances are gone, and you're just kind of left with this kind of bitter, woody, vegetal taste to it. But it's much better when it's around 60 degrees or so. So, let's do this, shall we? Nice orange-yellow color. More or less transparent. With a thick off-white to beige, quickly dissipating head. In the head, you mostly get that Saison sort of funkiness going on. That sort of farmhouse smell. Hints of cloves and bubblegum. Hay. Underneath that, you're getting a little sweetness of the pumpkin pie spices. Not much gourdiness in the nose, though. Bit thicker on the mouthfeel than you would usually go and get with the Saison, and I'm going to go and attribute that to the pumpkin and spices used in it. Very nice mouthfeel. That's the only place where the pumpkin really comes out. There's not much gourd flavor in the nose or on the palate, but there is this sort of nice creamy roundness going on, which is what I associate with pumpkin ales. The tastes are mostly Saison tastes. That sort of funkiness. In the front, that farmhouse funk. Got cloves in the mid palate. Then comes on the hop finish, which I find a bit too bitter and unbalanced for both a pumpkin ale style, golden pumpkin ale style, maybe a little bit more for the darker ones or heavier bodied one, and the Saison. It's really kind of disconcerting. Which is why I said to sort of let make sure you let this one warm up before you drink it. Because otherwise, that hop finish will just slap you silly if it's too cold. All the notes from the body will kind of be gone, and you're just left with this kind of astringent bitterness on the tongue. Part of that might be sort of the interplay with the pumpkin pie spices. That sort of cinnamon and nutmeg lends a certain woody astringentness to it that I can best describe as tea that's been steeped for overly long and overly hot. So you're just really left with this sort of astringentness in the finish, which sort of kills what's pretty much an interesting little beer and an interesting little experience. So, you know, in the front, you got a lot of good stuff going on. You got the Saison with sort of notes of that pumpkin pie spices and pumpkin in the mouthfeel. Then you get to this finish where it all kind of falls apart. You know, hopping that's too strong, hopping that seems a little bit overly hoppy, so overhopped, and sort of clashing with the other additions in the flavor, so you kind of get this sort of astringency in the long finish. Which is sad, really, because I love the front part of this beer. You know, I love that interplay of pumpkin ale and Saison, which come together really fine in the front, just, like I said, fall apart at the end. So, do I recommend this? I recommend it for one reason. It is an extremely interesting experiment in beer, coming from Sam Adams, which usually doesn't go and push the envelope with experiment. Well, they do push the envelope, but it's generally for their higher end beers, and not their mass market beers. So, honestly, I would say give this one a shot, just to go and see how a Saison kind of goes and plays with the pumpkin ale. It might be a little bit disappointed, like I was, kind of hoping for a little bit more of the pumpkin side, kind of hoping for a finish where it doesn't all fall apart. But, you know, at this point, I've not had beer for a very long time, so any beer is kind of good beer right now, as long as it's drinkable, and this is drinkable. So that's your beer review for tonight. Cheers.